Okay, so if we just briefly let's look at what we did in the previous case, and then I'm going to solve question 2. So question 1, we had 19, 18, 17, 16, and we saw that it went down by 1 each time. Now what I did first of all is I wanted to talk about what the nth term really means. So we have this expression where it's something multiplied by n plus something. And it can be, this first something could be A and the second one could be B. I don't know if they're the actual terms, the official terms, but they're just what I've called them today. Now, what it means, first of all, the n, what it means is whatever term in the sequence it is. So when n is 1, we're talking about the first term. When n is 2, we're talking about the second term. So if we drew out a table, let's go back to the first case now, where that was the sequence, then that's what n1, n is 1, n is 2, 3, 4. So we'd put a table out like this, and the expression would just go down like that. So if we're trying to construct the sequence from the expression, then we have the n down here. So I've highlighted it in green. And all we do is we do 3 times n plus 5, because that's what the nth term is in this example. So 3 times 1 plus 5 is 8. 3 times 2 plus 5 is 11. 3 times 3 plus 5 is 14. 3 times 4 plus 5 is 17. And so this is the sequence, 8, 11, 14, 17. That's the sequence for 3n plus 5. And we notice that it goes up in threes. So the gap between between any two numbers is this value here. Now, to work out what the 5 is, well, what we did is we imagined that if the nth term was simply 3n instead of 3n plus 5, then it would be 3, 6, 9, 12. But the nth term was the sequence wasn't in fact 8, 11, 14, 16, 14, 17. So we needed to add 5, and that's how we see that the b value is 5. So applying that to this situation, we minus 1, and so that's how we know that the a was negative 1. So nth term is equal to minus 1, and we added 20 because the first term would have been negative 1, but it was in fact 19, and so I needed to add 20, so we use this number line to show how it would go from negative 1 to 19. So if you're rewatching this video, then what you could do at this stage is pause and give this a go. But as I'm making the video right now, I'm going to explain how to do it. In fact, I'm going to pause the video actually, and we'll see what we can do it together first. Then I'll carry on making the video. Right. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to find the difference between them, and also say whether or not it's going up or down. I mean, all these are going down because it actually says so in the question. So minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. Okay, I'll pause the video again and we'll do a little bit more. So we can see that that the gap is, the difference is negative 2. So that's what our a value is in our second question. So the nth term is going to be equal to negative 2n, and then we're going to be adding something. So again, use the idea of this number line. So this time we're not starting at negative 1, we're starting at negative 2, and we're going up to 15. So to get to 0, I need to go up by 2 places. Then from 0, I need to go all the way to 15. So the difference from negative 2 to 15 is 17. So the answer is negative 2n plus 17. Okay.